Yeah, that's it at its core, right? There we are. All of us at our core.
I feel like that's every job, though.
Yeah. That's every job. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my word, this is so hard.
Yeah.
That was a nice payday.
Yeah.
There's a few ways to get a flat and plumb wall when it comes to prepping for tile. My favorite way, wall flattening shim kits. My least favorite way, wet shimming. Now what I dislike about wet shimming is that you can apply the thin set to the studs, it's messy, and you can't secure the board on the same day. You gotta tack it in place and then wait for the thin set to cure. You hope it stays nice and true, and then you come in the next day and screw it off. We use a hybrid method. We use a built with foam shim system, and we wet shim in between the shim. The trouble with the shim kit has always been it leaves a void between the shims. We like to apply all of our shims, get everything perfectly flat, plumb, dialed in, and then we wet shim in between the shim. That way, number one, we know when we secure that board, it's going to be perfectly flat and perfectly plumb. And the second piece is we can screw it all off on the same day because we know where the shims are, they're spaced perfectly, and you end up with a perfect product with a true and secure bond to the stud. Try it out. Built with foam plus wet shim.
I don't know, man. I feel like that's going to be hard to sell to your workforce. Like, everybody, here's what we're going to do. I think if you manage the result, like, we need this wall to be plumb, and let them come up with how, rather than to say this is the best way. I think that's really going to be a better solution overall. I've wet shimmed, and I think it's pretty cool. I will say that I didn't have to wait though, because I used a quick curing thin set. So I would just get my wall plumb, and then I would give it an hour, and it's set, and then I would screw it off. So you're just getting your tools ready in that hour. You're fine. You're cutting some banding. You're plenty busy. You're not waiting. So wet shimming with quick curing thin set is another way you could think about. Because what I like about wet shimming is you got your level that you're using to plumb up the wall with. You glob some thin set on the stud, and then you can just kind of push it to plumb, and then just leave it. And like I said, let it cure and go with it. And however you do it, get that thing plumb. I mean, either that or go old school, right? And mud lath it. That's what Ed, he taught me how to do this. Back in North Carolina, he used to mud every shower. And so he'd put tar paper, and then he would put lath. And sometimes you can get lath with tar paper. Lath is expanded metal. And so you staple that onto the studs with the tar paper behind it so that there's like a shield, right? So it doesn't get in there. And then you would put like some screed lines on there. And then you would fill that in with fat mud. It would be a sticky wall mud. It had like some Keratex in it that makes it stickier, so that it stays on the wall nice and plumb every time. It's really the best if you want it to be plumb and super cool. Then if you're going to waterproof it, then you go ahead and put some Kerdi membrane over it. But in a shower like that, they would a lot of times just use that vapor barrier behind the shower as their waterproofing, and they were done. So not happening very much anymore. Some in California, some in Texas, some in North Carolina. I mean, shout out if you still mud set showers. So if you like this kind of content, like, subscribe, share, and we want to invite you to head over to the website. We've got articles that we've written on this, and you can find more content, and you can see that website address below. Thank you.